All right, so let's look at example 2. So it's all factored out for us, right? So tell me about the domain. Domain is what? How do I find domain again? Remind me.
You find the zeros.
It's where the denominator cannot equal 0, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. What's my denominator? X minus 2. And it cannot equal 0, which means x cannot equal 2. So my domain is going to be what? Infinity to 2 and 2 to infinity. Good. And then I'm going to check and see, do I have any holes? How do I know if I have a hole? Yeah, if any of my factors cancel. So I do. My x minus 2's cancel, right? So let me go ahead and write that, what it's going to give me. It gives me 2x minus 1 now. So I do have a hole. And so it's going to be wherever x minus 2 equals 0. Well, guys, we just solved that in the domain, except we put not equal to instead of equal to. So we know it's going to be at x equals 2, correct? But a hole is going to be an ordered pair. So it's going to be 2 comma some number. Now, if I want an ordered pair, and I know the x value, how do we always find the y value? Plug it in. And so I'm going to plug that in to what's left of my equation up there. And what's left is that 2x minus 1. So to find the y value, it's going to be 2x minus 1. We're going to plug in that 2. And so 4 minus 1 is 3. So at the ordered pair, 2 comma 3, I'm going to have a hole there. So let's go through and do our vertical asymptotes. Do I have any uncanceled factors left in the denominator? That's not in the denominator, that's from the numerator.
No, we don't.
So no, we don't. So that means there's no vertical asymptote. Horizontal asymptote. How do we find that?
No.
It's where the highest degree is, right? We use the no or the y equals a over b. So is my highest degree going to be top, on bottom, or both?
On top.
On top. So you can either look at the original and see that it would have a 2x squared up there if we started to do our FOIL, right? Or you can look at what's left. I only have a numerator because it would technically it's over 1. Okay? So it is on top, and if it's on top, it has that n, which stands for none. All right. X-intercepts. How do we find our x-intercepts?
You set it set y equals 0.
Numerator equal to 0. Do I have anything left in my numerator?
Yeah.
Yes, the 2x minus 1 is the numerator. So 2x minus 1 equals 0. So 2x equals 1 divided by the 2, so x is 1/2. So I have an x-intercept at 1/2 comma 0. And then my y-intercept, how did we find it? X equals 0. So we got y equals 2x minus 1. We're going to plug in x is 0. So 2 times 0 minus 1. So we have a y-intercept at 0 comma negative 1. All right, so let's go through and let's graph our pieces. So I'm going through it. I have an x-intercept at 1/2, 0. I have a y-intercept at 0, negative 1. And I have a hole at 2, 3. So go to 2, 3, and you're going to put a big open circle there, guys. That's your hole. Now I'm going to go and do my number line. And what do I put on that number line? What were those things I said to put? All right, the negative infinity and the positive infinity.
Asymptotes, but we don't have those, so
my vertical asymptotes and my X-intercepts. Okay? So it's X-intercepts and vertical asymptotes. Well, you're right. We don't have any vertical asymptotes, but I do have an X-intercept at 1/2. So I need to pick a number in this interval. 0. And we already did that, and it gave us -1, right?
Why do we do 0?
Because it's between -infinity and 1/2, and we've already done it.
Let's do 1.
All right, let's do 1. So between 1/2 and infinity, she said 1. So we get y equals 2 times 1 minus 1. So we get 1. Now if I played connect the dot, what does that look like?
A line.
It is. And that's exactly what it is, because look at our equation that we've got up here, guys. 2x minus 1, isn't it? So basically, the equation they gave us was a linear line with a hole in it. So we have that linear line there. So what we're going to do, technically what we should do is coming out of the x-intercept to the left, then we should be lined up there. And then we're going to do the same thing coming out of the x-intercept to the right, but that hole, guys, we have to jump over. So don't draw through that hole.
Hooray.
All right, and then the only thing we have left then is our range. So what, well, I didn't number, hold on. So let's see, what 7 was my graph, 8's my number line, and then 9 will be my range. It really doesn't matter the numbers, it's just the order I do them in, that's why I did it. And so what is my range there?
-infinity to 3.
Very good, -infinity to 3, and 3 to infinity. And there's our graph.